guys' faith influenced Chris's cancer journey, and how did that cancer affect your faith?
The answer to the first part, how did it affect our cancer journey together? I would say that it has been a driving force behind a lot of the care decisions that we have made. Chris does have a very rare type of cancer. There's very limited FDA-approved treatments. There's not a lot of clinical trials going on specific to his cancer, and not a lot of likelihood of more well-researched treatments being available anytime soon. So over the past 4 years, we've had to try a lot of things for which we do not have a lot of data for, and being very analytical people, that can be very challenging. But throughout the cancer journey, we kept going back to 2 Timothy. And one of the verses there, it says, "I have fought a good fight, I have finished my course, and I have kept the faith." And so every time we were faced with a challenging decision for which we didn't have a whole lot of information, we said, we want to fight a good fight, we want to finish our course, and we want to keep our faith. And our faith was that God can heal Chris if it is his will, and God helps those who help themselves. So if we kept trying and trying more treatments, we had faith that one of those treatments could heal Chris and give us more time together as a family. That was a huge part of how our faith influenced our cancer journey. And on the flip side, I would say this journey has significantly increased my faith for sure. It's been a huge support leaning into our faith as we went through the past 4 very challenging years. I know challenging for me as Chris's wife, for sure.
What about you, Chris?
I think Amanda summed it up well. I think you become stronger. Faith that from you have this part of you that you're upset when you're first diagnosed with cancer in general, and you go through this kind of why me, or woe is me, or but you know that in life things happen, and things happen for a reason, and that you're not given anything that necessarily that you cannot handle. And that perspective throughout your life is something that's important in order to get you through those times where maybe the end of the road or the light is more definitive than maybe what a cancer is. But you have to have an understanding of, okay, why am I here? What is the purpose of life? And so you become stronger in your faith, and it really boils down to your faith in your family. That's why we're here. And maybe friends, right? True friends. And to leave the world a better place with our children for that next generation to come through.
What specific instance were you able to lean on your faith for help?
For me, a lot of it has had to do with my mental strength and fortitude. And I think it's been very helpful as we were going through this. After Chris was first diagnosed, it was a very desperate time. And less than 2 months later, he was unconscious in the ICU, hooked up to a lot of machines that were keeping him alive. And the way I felt my faith help, other than praying a lot of rosaries, which definitely gave me a sense of peace when my mind was very tumultuous. I had the mindset of not, why is this happening to us? I'm 30 and my husband has stage 4 cancer, but thank God I met my husband before he had to walk through this alone. And another one of my favorite Bible verses is, perhaps you were made for a time such as this. And very quickly I came to feel that God had made me to be Chris's wife, and very grateful he was not in the ICU room alone, and that I could be there with him. So I would say the mental fortitude and strength have been where I've leaned on my faith for the most.
That's so beautifully said.
And Chris, do you want to also answer that question? Are you ready?
Remember when there was a time when I was going through remember when I was in the waiting for somebody to be able to agree to do the surgery for me?
The initial surgery.
The initial surgery on my stomach, my abdomen. And we got the angel that was kind of overlooking me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a time I couldn't eat. I couldn't go to the bathroom. I was weak. I could barely get out of bed. And it was around Christmas time. All this stuff happens around Christmas. And I had an angel that kept over. It was a lamp, I think, an angel lamp. And I had kept it in my hotel room. And it was kind of like the light kind of overlooking me, just saying, hey, I think, don't lose faith. There's a light maybe at the end of the tunnel, or that and at that time I was still jaundiced and in bad shape. And even when I went and saw the doctors, I could barely stay awake. Through like a doctor's meeting, like I would just kind of sit there and then just nod off and have no idea what they were talking about. And so I was lucky enough. Amanda has been my rock through this entire journey. So I feel like that was a particular time where I felt at my most, broken, where my faith in God, was at its strongest, because that's all I had left. That in my life.
In what instance did you feel God's help the most? Back to Amanda.
I also had an angel during my double lobe that day.
Always have an angel in the ICU.
Yeah, I had a little angel.
If I have to choose where I felt God's help the most, it would probably be January 22nd, 2021. Chris was in his surgery to get the primary tumor resected, and I remember just kneeling on the floor of the ICU room. It was empty, right? They take the bed out, and it was a long surgery, like 4 to 6 hours, something like that. And I just knelt there and I just prayed over and over, God, please heal my husband. And if it is his time, please don't let him suffer too much. And after a while of kneeling there and praying that, all of a sudden I felt a sense of peace come over me. And I hadn't slept in a couple days at that point. And the next thing I know, I woke up on like a little couch in the ICU room, and I had slept for the last like 4 hours of the surgery. And I woke up and my husband was there, and he was alive. And I would say that moment, that sense of peace was probably when I felt God the most during this journey.
If we think about it, just the fact that we're able to have a conversation about God right now is pretty incredible. Because here, through this whole journey, it's been a personal, introspective, or within our relationship, strength. But now, here we are answering questions about how that has impacted our life or our journey. Whereas maybe, I guess where I'm going with this is that to be able to be open about how it's impacted our journey is really special. Does that make sense where I'm going with this?
Can you tell us about how you're getting radiation and you're feeling stronger like the Hulk?
Oh. Yeah, you check in with your doctor, and I guess the radiation's supposed to make you tired. But my doctor even said, like, Chris, wow, you look energetic. You must have been sick last time I saw you and everything else. And so right now I'm actually going through radiation, but I feel fantastic. So I highly recommend it. If you go to the dentist and they do the thing with the lead thing, no, just take it off. All the radiation.
Do not listen to that. Horrible advice. Cover the thyroid, everybody.
They're just trying to keep you down, not feeling good.
But shockingly, he has been like the most energetic he's been in a very long time since starting this radiation, so I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
They're gonna
complaining.
have to put a disclaimer.
All right, thank you very much. I think that will conclude the interview for
Thanks.
today. Those are really thoughtful and insightful answers. I'm sure it's blessed me. I'm sure it's blessed us, and I'm sure it's going to bless many others too.